Some of you remember back in February, I think, I purchased some linen fabrics from Lamazee and I finished phase 1 of my summer linen capsule collection. So let's have a look at what I've made so far. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my sewing space. Yes, I've managed to get phase 1 of my linen collection finished. When I show you what I've done, you might understand why it's taken me a little bit longer than I anticipated, because I've been all about the detail, particularly with the jacket. So let's start with the jacket. I've put 2 garments on Rita. I've actually made 4 garments out of 6 meters of linen fabric, which is really good value, and they all mix and match and work together. So on Rita, I've got the jacket that I've made. This is the VERA jacket from KARTO patterns. It's a pattern company I've never used before, and some of the ways they constructed this jacket messed with my head, if I'm honest. I followed the pattern. Next time I might do it a little bit differently. In fact, I will make this again, but I'll make it a little bit easier and I'll explain as I show you the jacket. So the jacket is an edge-to-edge jacket. It meets at the middle. You can put ties on it. I chose not to. Now it has a different contrast panel at the bottom, which you can again do all in one colour. I chose to do a contrast. It's a reversible jacket, but we'll look at this side first. So on the front, I've done some decorative stitching on my sewing machine. I've recently upgraded, I haven't told you this, but I'm going to fess up now. I've upgraded from the FAF Icon to FAF Creative Icon, which was a reconditioned machine, to a brand new FAF Creative Icon 2. I know, it was a huge expense to me. I really appreciate the fact that I could afford to buy it. Sew Centre had a really good offer on this machine, and I will go into more detail with that on my next vlog, because I'm going to fess up and show you. I also have recently got a new overlock and cover stitch machine, so we'll have a look at both of those machines, but not today. So I used a decorative stitch on my new machine, and it's gone all the way around the top of the back, all the way around the front, down the front, along, so all the way around the edges of the jacket when it's finished, and also all the way around the edges on the contrast on the sleeves. So it's a 2-tone jacket, different coloured panel at the bottom, and then the sleeves have got little slits in the end. There's lots of cute little details on what is essentially just an edge-to-edge box jacket. As I said, it is reversible, so let's take it off Rita and do a switcheroo. Now, I've done this in some plain and some patterned viscose jersey, I said, from Lamazee. And there we go. On the inside, it's the patterned with the plain as the contrast at the bottom, and the same at the bottom of the sleeves. And again, you can still see the embroidery all the way around. Now that was quite a meaty sew for a simple jacket, but I'm really pleased with the result. At the end, I will put all my garments on, and then you can see what they look like on my not so svelte figure. They look great on Rita. We'll see what they look like on me. So that's the jacket. Then I've made one of my favourite dresses, the tulip dress. Now, I've made all the other garments when I came to this dress, and I had enough of the patterned fabric to make the dress, but the tulip dress looked really well with a contrast at the bottom. The dilemma I had was that I didn't have any of what was the dusty plum fabric for the bottom of the dress. So when I went back to Lamazee, they sold out. Oh, gutted. But I quickly went to their remnants section and oh my God, they had 80 centimetres of the dusty plum viscose linen as a remnant. So I snaffled it up, thought great. You'd think it'd be the same, wouldn't you? But when it arrived, if you can see that, I'll try and zoom in, it's darker than the original and it doesn't feel the same, it's not as soft. So I think that they marked that up incorrectly. I could have sent it back, but what would I have done? Just not had the tulip dress, and it's not right next to the jacket, so I made it, and I will wear them together and hope nobody really notices or think it's done on purpose. So let's talk about the tulip dress. I've made this quite a few times now. I've made a size 10 this time, lost a little bit of weight around the middle, and it has a pleat at the front which is very friendly for the old tummy area. The back has a centre back seam which means you can fit very nicely around the back. The shape at the bottom creates the tulip shape because this band that's on the bottom goes inwards, so it creates that tulip shape. Obviously, it has pockets in the side. It's just a really good, stunning but easy dress to make, and I would say this is perfect for a beginner sewer, as there's no zips, no buttons. It's just got a pleat at the front, little grow on cap sleeves and a band at the bottom. You don't even have to put the pockets in if you're scared of doing pockets, but I like a good pocket. So that's garment number 2. I've done a little bit of a garment change with Rita, and we've got garment number 3 and garment number 4 on. Garment number 3 is the About Town top from Pattern Emporium. I've not made many of their patterns, but I'm loving the ones that I make. They have lots of detail in them. The instructions are very detailed, and oh, bit of cotton there, sorry. I've made this shirt option with a little cap sleeve on. There are a lot of different sleeve options with this pattern. I'm loving the slit neck at the front and the little cute collar on it. It's a fairly simple make, doesn't take much fabric. I got mine out of less than 1 metre of fabric. The back doesn't have a yoke, it's all one piece of fabric at the back, so you've not got any yoke to mess about with. And it's just a really stunning but simple and versatile top. So that's the Pattern Emporium About Town top. And I've teamed it up, we'll just whiz down and I've teamed it up with the Pietra pants that I made. I made these on retreat. The Pietras have a really interesting pocket detail at the side that I love, and they're an elasticated back. Quite an easy breezy pair of trousers and perfect in linen for the spring and summer. So I've added the VERA jacket back on now with the dusky plum on the outside, and the About Town top collar can go on the outside of this jacket so that you can see both colours, and then on the inside I've got the floral linen and the floral linen on the jacket. So that works really well as well. So I hope you can see I've got a cord set here. So a 3-piece set. So I've got the About Town top, the VERA jacket and the Pietra trousers. Because I bought the linens all from one shop, I managed to get them so that they coordinated with each other and they work really well. The only little snag or fail was that I didn't quite have enough of the dusty plum, and then the fabric that arrived from Lamazee wasn't dusty plum, so the dress doesn't quite go, but I'm okay with that. I can wear the dress on its own, but it was better than having, I think for the top half of the dress I needed probably just over 1 metre of fabric. I could have made another top, but I'd already made this one, so I stuck with the dress. Plus, I'd already cut the top half of the dress out and I was just waiting for that remnant to arrive and then I could sew it together. So I didn't have a lot of choice, did I? So I hope I've inspired you. I'm going to go away now and try these on, and then I will see you in a few weeks' time when hopefully I'll have made part 2 of my linen capsule collection. Happy sewing and see you all soon. Bye!